Hello, Scary Dolls.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Andy.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Caro.
And you're listening to Scary Not Scary Podcast.
What's up, bitches?
We're back again.
I'm starting off strong.
We had an off few weeks, but we're back.
Yes. Hello.
Back to it.
Well, technically, what? Just 2 weeks off?
2 weeks. Yeah.
It was like every other Sunday.
Yeah.
So
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but we're back. That's all that matters. Okay.
It wasn't this long, that long this time.
I think you're just used to our crazy schedule.
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. We're bad. We got lives. I'm just kidding.
And September's almost over.
I know.
And it's almost
Spooky season.
okay, Mr. Bean. Pee Wee Herman. Oh my god.
I had too much Dr. Pepper.
You like moved your neck in further into your body too.
That's
and you
the
did
only way I
that.
could do
you look
it.
like a turtle. Am I not turtle enough for the turtle club? Turtle.
Whenever I do funny voices, I have to like.
You know, oh my god. You know
I'm
that movie only has like 1-star review. Like nobody likes it.
I love that.
No way. That turtle movie.
It.
Wait, what? I only saw like half of it. and I
All
was
the
like,
weirdos like that movie.
It's like the best movie
That's
of our
my favorite part.
generation.
I'm not turtle enough for the turtle club.
Turtle.
nerds. I'm just kidding.
I can't stand y'all. And then guess what else is coming up?
What?
Our 2-year anniversary.
Oh, it's all Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
Didn't you have Thanksgiving with your family?
I did a couple weeks ago.
You did?
My
Oh,
aunt
you
made
did.
everything, like the turkey, the stuffing, everything. And I was just like sitting there in heaven, and I'm like, damn.
She's just like, she woke up one morning
What
and was
is
like,
life?
I'm going to do Thanksgiving.
No, she really does that.
Really?
And then she'll just call us or like, hey, I'm making Chinese food tonight. Come over. And I'm just like, hell yeah, bitch. I'm right there. I'm already outside.
That was like the text message you sent yesterday.
What? Oh my God.
What?
The text message I accidentally sent y'all.
So,
Oh my God.
Rewind. We were originally gonna record later on today, which was like around like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You said, and then Ashley texted us yesterday and was like, "Hey guys, I canceled my plans. Let's go ahead and record regular time, which is usually around 3-4 o'clock." And I saw the message. I just didn't have a chance to respond, and
Oh my God.
got a response.
I'm sorry.
She says,
Oh, you're going to pull it up?
I'm going to pull it up.
So funny.
Oh my God.
I couldn't. That made me respond.
Oh my God. It was hilarious.
Because I knew you didn't mean to send it to our group chat.
She goes, I sent them, hey guys, we can record normal tomorrow. I decided not to go to my cousin's bridal shower. And then Gato puts, you're literally so annoying. Don't even bother coming to grandma's home. I was like, damn, I guess I can't go to grandma's now.
I didn't even notice who I sent it to. And I'm like, oh, shit. My bad.
But it was like the perfect response to Ashley.
Ashley was like, what did I do?
If you would have never put grandma's house
Literally.
and if you would have just put don't even go,
Oh my
that would have been
God.
perfect.
I'd been like, it's fine. I'm going to go drown myself now. It's
You're
okay.
fine. I guess I'm fired.
I'm tired now, guys.
My
It was
bad.
It
hilarious.
was that made my night. It was so funny.
Oh, well.
Well, I was like, who did you send that to, Priscilla?
No. My cousin. But I just play around with her like that. But she's still a hoe.
So I have a little spooky story to tell y'all.
Oh, God.
From last night. So
What happened?
Yesterday, Jen, my friend Jen, had a not really birthday party. It was like a little barbecue get together for her son. He turned 3. And they got new neighbors downstairs. And Jen's very like, when it gets dark, she's like, let's tell ghost stories. So when she starts telling her neighbors about our podcast, she's promoting our podcast to everybody.
thanks, Go,
Jen.
She's like, and she has a podcast and they talk about scary, not scary stuff. And then Julie, yeah, it's scary, but not scary.
Oh
you know,
my
like scary, not scary. Like they talk about scary, but not scary stuff. And he kept like repeating it over and
Oh
over.
my
I was
God.
like, okay, Julie, everybody gets it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the guy's like, hey, so the lady that used to live downstairs, did she die? Like, what happened to her? And Jen goes, no, like she moved out. She was living there for years with her son. Like, why? What are you talking about? Like, why do you say that? Well, his little brother was like, I think like 20 something. But he was like, I'll tell you later because his brother was coming back. And he was like, because I think he's going to freak out. So then later when the brother left, we were like, okay, tell us your story. So it's not like too scary, but he said that the apartment that he lived in before, they found the owner, the person that lived there, in the bathtub dead. And then so like stuff was like he had paranormal activity happening in that apartment, and then he moved into this one. But mind you, like the lady that lived there with her son moved out, like they moved into a house or whatever. So he said that he was home by himself, and he got up and he was making himself noodles. So he said that the water was boiling, so he said he got the towel, he moved it and like put the boiling water into his noodles, and then threw the pan in the sink, and he got the towel and just like threw it on like the stove and then walked off. So he said when he got to his room, he's like, oh shit, I need to get something to drink. So he said he walked back to the kitchen, and the towel that he knew that he threw on top of the stove was nicely, like neatly placed like in like the rack of the oven.
What?
So he said that when he saw that, he kind of like took a step back and was like, oh shit. And like he said that he got like chills like up and down like his neck. And he was like, oh, hell no. Like, that's how he said it. Oh, hell no. He was like, I got that rag. I threw it in the dumpster. I ran back to my room. I said my prayer and I fell asleep, and I never talked about it again. This is the first time like me saying it out loud. So then I see Jen's eyes like bulge out of her face. And she's like, when did this happen? And he goes, oh, like he said like a month or two ago. No, he said a month ago. And I don't know if you remember this. Remember when Jen was telling us that Jakai woke up? So she said, she messaged me on Gato like a few weeks ago, almost a month ago, I want to say, and said that her son woke up in the middle of the night, was screaming and crying and pointing in the corner of the room and was screaming, bad boy, bitch. And he was like pointing everywhere. Her and Julian opened up all the windows in the apartment, and they started saging. They saged like crazy for like a whole like week straight, but like he won't go to that specific corner of the house. So she was telling us that story, and then he's like, where's your bedroom? And she goes, oh, right here to the left. He's like, my bedroom's right below you. And like literally just chills. Everybody just like got chills.
I got chills right now. Like, look at my arm.
So she said like the timeline kind of matches up, where he had that experience. And then when Jakai like was seeing stuff in their bedroom, and I think it's too much of a coincidence that it's the same. His room is right below hers. And that's where like Jakai was seeing stuff. So it's possible that happened the same night. That's creepy, right? Yeah. It's so creepy.
Also, I need that ghost to come fold my towels.
I know. Can you come fold my clothes?
Hey, ghost, fold my towels.
Can you put my laundry away too?
Thanks, Hope. This ain't free.
Well, I mean, he was just trying to save him, because if you throw something on top of the stove, it could have caught on fire.
So that's what he was saying. He said, he was like, I kind of wondered maybe if she was an old lady that maybe died in the house, and she was like, oh no, sir, you don't throw that towel on top of the stove. You're supposed to put it here. He's like, so maybe, he's like, I kind of thought maybe. He was like, but in that moment, it freaked me out. And he goes, fucking throw the towel out. Fuck that shit.
He said, far away from here.
He said, hell no, make it a bird. Make it far, far, far away from here. But yeah, and then Janaya, her oldest daughter, wanted to spend a night at her friend's house. So Jen and Julian were like, well, we got to meet her. Well, Julian's never met her mom, but he was like, I want to meet her mom, blah, blah, blah. So the mom, they lived in the same apartment complex. So the mom comes over, and around this time is when Jen's like promoting the podcast or whatever. And she's like, oh, y'all should cover Michigan. And I was like, oh, yeah? She's like, Michigan is haunted. She's like, I lived in Michigan. She's like, I grew up in Michigan. She's like, and let me tell you something. So she starts telling me about the house that she grew up in. So she said that her house had like activity, like nobody's business. She said that when they moved into the house, she said she was probably like about 3 or 4. She said her parents had signed like already like the papers to buy the house. She said that she was exploring upstairs, and like she found this jar full of money, and it had like $3,000 in it. They let them keep it because they had already signed the papers to the house, so the house was theirs. She said that when they would renovate the house, they found like bones. She said that they found like pictures of like the people that used to live there. When they tore off the wallpaper, they found like names written on the wall. And she said it was almost like it was a family tree. And then she said that their patio below, that when they tore it up to rebuild it, in like underneath the stones, they found random money everywhere. Well, they had found out that the people that lived there before, who died in the house, didn't believe in the bank system. So they would like hide money in the house.
Damn.
And she said that in Michigan, it gets so cold and like they get a lot of snowstorms. And she said that they didn't live that far away from like, technically it was like a retirement home. But it was like a retirement home / like
What, hospital?
institution. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So she said that like they would find bodies in their backyard, like from the after the snowstorm, because like these people would like run away and then they would just like lie down in the snow because they didn't know what they were doing. So then like that's how like the activity would like start up in her house. So she said it was like just normal to find bodies in like her backyard because of the snowstorm. Yeah. Creepy, right?
God. That's cool.
So she said that like
it's creepy, but
she
cool.
said there was one time her mom was asleep and like her mom woke up and there was a little boy like staring at her from like the end of the bed. And then she said there's a couple of times like she was in the shower and like she would see somebody like run from like the back of the room to like out the door like of the bathroom. Her brother would have like his friends stay over and she's like, I kid you not, like 2-3 o'clock in the morning I would hear these teenage boys screaming like little girls like, I want to go home because they're so scared. She's like, but this is my house. Like I grew up there. I was so used to the activity. So for me, it was funny to watch other people be scared.
Well, I mean, it's good that it never like,
and
bothered them or anything. Like,
and she said too that the spirits never felt like mean or like ugly or like they hated them. They're more like, it was almost more like they were curious, but like she would hear like footsteps, voices, like they would see apparitions and crazy stuff. Like
fuck that shit. Nope.
But I thought it was crazy how she was like, yeah, we would find bodies all the time and we'd have to call like 911 and
like it's normal.
Like nothing. Like, yeah, it was
a normal Tuesday.
Oh, there's a body again. Hi.
Yeah, she said it was in their backyard and everything. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so she was like, I think y'all should cover Michigan. She's like, because Michigan's like really haunted.
Isn't that one of the top haunted states?
Yeah,
it's
because
Michigan, Texas, and like Chicago or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, she told me that
Illinois.
Michigan is very like historic. They don't like knock down the buildings and rebuild. They refurbish the old buildings, so they never
that's
get
cool.
knocked down. So she said a lot of the buildings are very Victorian.
They have history.
That makes
And they
sense.
have a lot of history.
That.
So she said that's why
like
that's why the state's so haunted. Like so
that's crazy.
I think that's interesting. I was like, okay, I'll put it on our topic list.
It's going on the list.
It's going on the list.
That's cool though.
To the salon. I love that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's cool though.
I love
like
meeting
that.
new people and they start telling ghost
Yeah,
stories.
me too. I love ghost stories.
So this week we're going to be discussing, Ashley, drumroll.
Haunted TikTok.
You didn't sound so excited.
I
Haunted
wish-
TikTok. I'm monotone. Wait, monotone? What the heck?
But she screamed haunted TikTok.
Haunted.
TikTok. Not haunted clocks, like the actual app TikTok.
Yeah, the TikTok, the popular one.
Famous app. That I feel so old because all these kids are young and I'm like over here pinche old as hell.
Well, and then they're also
Scrolling.
like, you're too old to be on this app.
Fuck
To
you,
all the
bitch.
millennials.
I'll fight you and your mom. What's up? Haunted TikTok. Oh God.
Okay, so this week we're going to be discussing TikTok, and it's very broad. So I believe all of our videos are different.
Hopefully.
Yes,
And that's
hopefully.
okay, girl. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to like do the audio of the videos on the podcast just because we don't want to get copyrighted. So what we're going to do is when the episode airs, we're going to share all of our videos on the Scary Not Scary VIP page on Facebook.
So make sure you follow that page. It's important.
I don't
If you
know if we
don't-
can do Instagram just because
Probably
I've
not.
tried sharing TikToks on Instagram and they copyrighted me on Instagram.
Like the stories?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's weird.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't know if it's because of
Suspicious.
the audio. Like
Maybe.
one of the videos I had with the audio in it, which I think it's weird because like on the video it shows like who the audio is. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
They're being weird about copyright. So
Okay.
just to be on the safe side, we're gonna put all the videos on our Facebook VIP page. So make sure you go and request to join so that way you can get all the videos.
Yeah.
These are fun. I'm excited.
So I don't know why, but I thought this would be a really cool topic, and I scared myself while trying to look at these things. I was like, there's some creepy stuff on there, you guys. Like, it's
and don't forget to tell them
insane.
your story.
What story? Oh my God, yes. That's right. Okay, I'll tell you afterwards. All right, so everybody knows haunted TikTok now, but it has been slowly growing since 2018. And when the pandemic hit in 2020, it kind of like blew up after that, you know, because everyone's at home and doing all that kind of stuff. And I read an article somewhere that said that the reason like a lot more paranormal stuff started coming like to light was because people were staying home a lot more. Like, because, you know, during the day you go to work, you leave, you come home, and then that's that. But people were staying home so much now, so they were noticing like things that would happen. And I also thought of it as like, what if the ghosts were like, dude, you're ruining my routine. Like, you're supposed to do things when you're not here. Yeah. And then, so that's why people were starting to notice a lot of stuff happening. And that's when it started really picking up in March of 2020. But it was slowly growing since 2018. So haunted TikTok, of course. TikTok is, everyone knows the app. There are a lot of like teenagers and trendy challenges and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the most popular hashtags on TikTok. So if you ever want to find like some scary stuff on TikTok, you can do use the hashtags either horror TikTok, creepy TikTok, ghost TikTok, scary TikTok, curse TikTok, basically anything creepy or scary, just put scary and then TikTok on there. But
Scary, not scary.
Scary, not scary TikTok. Actually, there is one. There's a scary, not scary TikTok.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
I saw the hashtag. Yeah, it says scary, not scary on there. I was like, but whether you know about the scary TikTok or not, you've probably like accidentally stumbled on it just, you know, by accident, because that's what happened to me the very first time when I started getting on TikTok. So it's like, it's everywhere. So there's a bunch of different types. Like there's a bunch of different accounts that are either like specifically for like scary places. There's ones that are like just scary haunted houses. Like it's very like specific. Like there's a category for every single thing, but it's like a whole majority. But TikTok, actually, the scary TikTok derived from what we all know, creepypasta. That's where it actually like stems from. It's kind of like, because the creepypasta, of course, we know started with the Slender Man post, and that's how creepypasta started becoming like really, really big. So someone had decided like, well, what about doing that with TikTok? So it's kind of like the same thing as creepypasta, except now all the stories are in video form instead of, you know, that's how it started. Yeah. So what really made it kind of like really huge was, of course, like the pandemic and all of that. But it says what made it even more scary was because people kind of associated it with, it says a quote from a TikTok user named Maddox says, the pandemic is already like the ghosts that haunt us. Like all good horror, the haunted TikTok trends provide us with a sense of control over something scary that we don't have control over in our real lives. So that's why the haunted TikTok started becoming super popular, because they were associating it with all this like end of the world stuff, the pandemic, like all that kind of things in there. But there's a lot of like subcategories and all that kind of stuff. And so what people are saying nowadays is there's a lot of internet horror out there, but they're saying that the haunted TikTok is kind of like gonna be the next evolution in internet horror, instead of like, you know, because it's so popular, and it's also tied to the what are those, the alternate reality games and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like tying everything into one, so you can go to one spot instead of having to go to so many different like other internet horror like stories and things like that. So that's why the TikTok one is becoming like so big, and it's going to be like even bigger like within the next like couple of years. So they're saying if you want to get into TikTok and stuff like that, haunted TikTok is where it's at. So that's like a little bit of background of the haunted TikTok. I'm pretty sure you guys probably have like more stuff, but so there's a few on haunted TikTok. I know I ventured onto haunted TikTok and I was very scared to do it, and I did it during the day, but it still scared the shit out of me. So there was one video that I first came off of. It's not like too bad, but you know, it's okay. So I don't know if you guys know I'm pretty sure you guys have some videos from this one. Mike's videos. Do y'all know that account? Mike's videos. Okay, well, it's an account called Mike's Videos, and he basically like just posts a whole bunch of like horror stuff. Sometimes it's like all different kinds. Like it's like like the Ring cameras. Like it's videos from there. It's places that he's actually gone to, and it's just like a variety of like different kinds. So this one that I saw that he posted is called "Girl is Pulled by a Ghost." So you can see something like. It's two little girls. I think their sisters are related, but you can see something like fall like from the ceiling. And then the little girl just gets like pulled back like a little bit. Watch, like I'll let it start over a second. But you can see like something falls and then the little girl gets pulled like by whatever it was that fell on there.
It really yanked the little
yanked her.
What the heck?
I was like, oh my God. And then I like the other little girl because she's like just looking like, what the hell?
Like,
yeah.
You okay, girl? Are you okay?
So some of his videos are like this. Some of them are more scarier. Some of them are like about haunted like houses and places like that. But Mike's videos, that account has some pretty good stuff.
Ooh.
This other one that I found is from the account Opal Ghosts. It's two friends, like they're in like the room, like just drinking and having like a good time, just them two. And the one dancing, she's just like dancing, like having a good time. And then all of a sudden behind her, the mirror that they have like on the, like kind of like on the closet door like that, just started shaking. Like it just like freaks out. So she freaks out, but the camera girl that's recording, she doesn't see it at first. She's like looking at her like, what? Like what happened? And the girl's like, oh my God, you didn't see that? Like you didn't see that? And she's like, no. So they didn't see it until they replayed the video afterwards. But like the whole mirror in the back just starts like shaking. Watch. And the dog's like knows something's there.
The dog is just... Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It just started like shaking. That one scared me because it's like
so if
the girl's face.
Fun fact, if you download that on your phone, you can zoom in on your iPhone to the mirror closer and you can see where it rattles, because a lot of people in the comments were saying that it was like CGI. So I downloaded it and I zoomed in and you can see that it's authentic because it's literally just the mirror. Like it's the mirror that shakes. And if it was like CGI, you would see
something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even creepier. I didn't know you could do that. Oh my God. Ugh. Okay. That one scared me because I have like one of those hanging door mirrors in my bathroom.
Yeah, you do.
So I was like, I don't want to like go in my bathroom now. Okay, so then there's another one. I know you guys have to know about this one. The Paranormal Files, that account. Okay, so he goes like around like, different places. But this one I think this one's in Texas. I think it's in Waco, Texas. So he does a whole bunch of like places. Like he'll go do haunted places. He'll talk about like, the real life Candyman killer. Like he kind of does like things like that. It's pretty cool. But this one is in Waco, Texas, and it's like an abandoned what are those called? The senior home, or like a like one of
like
those
nursing
home. Thank you. Nursing home. It's an abandoned nursing home.
Asylum? My bad.
But the reason it closed down was because there was an old lady that got left in a hot van outside of the like one of the worker vans. I guess they were going to take her somewhere, or I don't know.
And they forgot about her.
And they forgot about her in there, and she died.
Stop.
Yes. And so that, of course, like sparked an investigation. So they went in, and then eventually like the place just got closed down. So now it's like abandoned. But in this video, he says that you can hear like a lot of things moving. You can hear like people talking, or like little like voices like within there. But I think like that place is actually, you can't, what is it called? Like trespassing. If like you can't really go in there. So he kind of like walks around and kind of like goes, so he hasn't gone like actually inside there. But that's the story of how that one like got closed. But he does a whole bunch of those kind of things, and his are like really scary. His are really scary. I tried looking at a few of them, but I was like, no, I don't want to.
No, thank you.
Yes. But the one that freaks me out the most.
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Like, I got so scared. And that's when I texted you. I was like, why the hell did we doing TikTok? Like, oh my God. Like, why did I do this? This one was freaky. Okay. So it's from the Mike's videos again. And it's a police officer going out to a call, and it got a call of like just like a noise disturbance or something like that. But the house that he's at, it's like one of those like rundown houses. So really like nobody lives there or anything like. So he thought like, oh, it's just teenage kids like or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the police officer is filming. I don't know if he's filming himself or if it's like his body camera, but he hears somebody. Yeah. So I don't know if he's like actually filming or if it's like his body camera. But here is the video, and it's really creepy because he hears something, and he sees something in like the upstairs like window, and it like goes back and it slows down so you can actually see like a figure. I don't know if it's like specifically real or not. It looks really pretty fucking real to me, but it could be fake. I don't know. I'm gonna say that we don't know because I don't know if this is real. But
hello.
What the? The face.
yes.
There's a face.
And I was jeopardizing my safety.
It looks like Michael Myers.
Girl, I got chills. They're multiplying.
Yes.
No, but really, I
That
got
one
chills.
freaked
And it
me out,
happens
like-
so fast.
Yes.
You don't even see it until they slow it down.
Slow it down. Yeah. Like it's freaking creepy because he heard a noise, and that was the noise that you're hearing like before he sees the thing. And they said it's like a witch. Like he said it was a witch, but I don't know.
No, I can believe that because a lot of the videos from Mexico, like when they're walking up and down the street and they like hear the witches, they kind of sound like that,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the
They
police
make that
officer
little
said.
squeaky noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the call he got because people were hearing that. And so they were like, oh, there are people like messing around in this abandoned house. But it was like,
There's people fucking.
yeah. Like that one like freaked me out so bad, like super freaking bad.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like,
I could see why though.
yeah, like it was
that
scary.
one. Okay, you passed. You're good.
I was like, after that, I threw my phone. I was like, why did I decide to do this topic? I was like, oh my God. Like there's some creepy stuff on haunted TikTok. And it's like, it's getting bigger and bigger because so many people are posting like.
And there's like a lot of people too that do series. Like it's not authentic hauntings, but it's almost like their own TV series, like a YouTube. It's like a TikTok's turning into YouTube where it's just 15-second videos.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like it.
There's like so many different things you can do with like the haunted TikTok. And it's like, like some people I know, like they stay strictly their own like personal stories, like from growing up or like their family stories. There's another one where, it's an account where they share other people's like scary stuff that they post like back and forth, and then other people's they actually go to haunted places. Like there's a whole bunch of like different things. Okay, so when I started like researching this thing, like, okay, so it was Saturday night. So I'm sitting down. Sophia's already asleep. And like, I don't know why, but I had the freaking lights off. And so just the TV was on. So it's all the light that was there. Right. And so I'm sitting down and I don't like, when you're sitting on the couch and you drop something. So you go down like to pick it up. Well, that's kind of like what I did, but I didn't drop anything. Like I just went down like for some reason, like to do something. And when I was coming back up, like at the same time I was coming back up, like something, I don't know what it was, but something like at the same time like flew or like moved like over my head. Like, cause I got like the last glimpse, when you get like a last glimpse of it. So I looked and I was was it like a bug? Did something like fly like over my head? Like what the hell? So I looked back. I remember like looking back at the little art thing we have on the wall. So I looked back and I was like, was it like a moth? Like nothing's there. Like there was nothing there at all. But I like get up and I just see like a boom, like something fly like over my head. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't know what it was, but it was just something. And I couldn't sleep like that whole entire night. Like I couldn't sleep like at all. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, why did I suggest this? And then like I kept like, I was in the shower. Oh yeah, I was in the shower and my mom was in the living room. It was that same day. It was a Saturday because she came over, but it was in the morning. And I was in the shower, and then she had Sophia. The TV was on, and I heard like what sounded like either something heavy moving like above, like in the apartment, but it sounded like a growl at the same time. Like either something very heavy, like when you push it like over like wood, like hardwood or something, or like a growl. But the TV was on, so I was like, oh, it's probably a TV. So I opened the curtain. I was like, Mom. And she didn't hear me. And I was like, what the fuck? So I got out of the shower and I was like, what was that? And she's like, what was what? And I was like, that noise. She's like, what noise? I was like, you didn't hear a noise? And she's like, no. She's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I just fucking heard something like...
It was the pipes.
I was like, I don't know what it was. I was like, but either something super heavy, like moving across like hardwood floor, but it also sounded like a growl at the same time. And I was like, what the fuck was it? So I just like finished my shower like super quick and then got out. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't know what it was, but she didn't hear it. I was the only one that heard it. Like nobody else heard it in the house.
And this all started after you started researching TikToks?
Yeah. Because I started that
You're
week.
opening a portal.
I'm not going to research stuff in my house anymore.
No, you're going to have to sage. We're going to have to go help you.
Yeah. Because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it was creepy.
We
it was
can
really
go
creepy.
and see your apartment.
Yeah, I have my dragon blood sage. You'll be fine.
Yeah, because it was
strong one.
I'm
It
gonna
was
have
really,
to do
really
it to my
creepy.
house too, because weird stuff was happening to my phone when I was researching.
Oh,
and I
God.
opened up a certain... I'm actually going to talk about the account, but I opened up a certain account, and then my phone was glitching, and it wasn't working. It kept like kicking me out of the app, and I was like getting all frustrated.
Oh, no.
And she's like, Tim, the Wi-Fi. He's all, it's fine.
I'm like, shit.
I was like, Sabrina, turn off your tablet. And it was my
Sabrina's
phone.
just like, what the?
Yeah.
She's like, no, mama.
no.
She's like, Hannah.
Yeah. Like, it was really, really creepy. Because none of that stuff ever happens to me when I research stuff.
Exactly.
Like, only when with this one, the haunted TikTok stuff. That's when, like, I started, like, hearing things.
Because your phone opened up a portal and it came through your phone, and now it's in your house. No, I'm just kidding.
So
Sorry,
whose
Tim.
house am I staying at until Nick gets off of work tonight?
Oh, God.
Come over.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
You can bring that little baby over.
But yeah, okay. So those were my haunted TikToks, and that's what happened to me. And I'm done.
And the end.
The end.
The end. And scene.
Oh, God.
We should end the podcast that way. And scene.
That'd
Yeah.
be funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so like Ashley said, TikTok, hashtag TikTok, haunted TikTok, horror TikTok. I think this kind of falls into like the haunted horror TikTok category and the scary not scary category for the podcast. So this account is at Matt Hall 36. So this poor guy was working the night shift at his work, and he doesn't specifically say where he's working at. He doesn't say like the name of his company, I'm pretty sure, for like privacy reasons. But basically in the video you can see where he works. It's like he's doing security, and it's just one small like building, like a room about this size, maybe a little bit bigger, of the studio. And he has this, you see like the monitors and like the one door to get in and out, right? There's like no windows or anything. It's just like a windowless office, and that there's cameras in all corners of the building that he's in. And so basically he said that the alarm goes off whenever there's motion, and then the camera starts recording. So he heard the beeping sound. He looks in the camera and he sees the guy in the middle of the road dragging like a bag across the road. So at that point is where he picks up his phone and he starts recording, because he's afraid that something's going to happen to him, and then he dials 911. So he's on the phone with 911, and he picks up his work phone. No, he picks up his work phone, dial 911, and in his personal phone he's recording like the video, and like just in case something happens to him. So in the video and like the monitor, you see the guy like dragging the whatever, it looked like there was like a body in the bag,
like body parts.
and then suddenly he stops and he looks. It's almost like he looks like at the building as if he can hear him, and he just like zoom, just like takes off towards the building, and the guy's like, he's coming to the building, he's coming, and you can hear it in his voice, like how scared he is. His phone's shaking because his hands are shaking. He's like, no. He's like, I'm recording just in case something happens. I can't get out. I can't hide. There's nowhere for me to hide. And then he's like, he's coming to the building. And then suddenly, like, there's banging on the door, and the guy screams, and he's like freaking out, right? And then it stops, and it goes, another motion sensor pops up, and then he starts running to the other side of the building where he's at. So this poor guy, you could tell he's a young guy, and he's like freaking out, and like towards the end of the video, he's crying. So then he does story time.
Baby.
So in the story time, he goes over the video, what happened. So basically, he said that when the police got there, they couldn't find him. There's no trace of this guy anywhere. And in the video, you can see like he's kind of like in the woods. So I was trying to like figure out maybe where he was doing security at. Maybe it was like, I don't know, maybe a graveyard or like a haunted or like a abandoned building. You know, like sometimes they have security like at all times in front of abandoned buildings. Yeah.
Or like, what do you call those people that patrol the woods?
Oh yeah, like a
park police,
park ranger
or park troopers,
whatever they're called. Yeah, maybe something like that. He didn't specify where he worked, but basically he said that when the police came, they told him to stay inside the building. They searched the whole area for like an hour or two. They could not find this man anywhere. He did leave the bag in the middle of the road, and when they looked at the bag, it was just like clothes that were bloody.
What the fuck?
So they took his statement, they took the video for evidence, and they took the bag to start investigating and like to do like forensics and stuff on the blood. So like, and they took like his statement, but like that's the last he heard of it. He's gone to work. He's gone back to work. Never seen the guy again. They don't know where he is. So a lot of people are like, maybe it was like a phantom, or maybe it was just like people were saying like maybe like Hills Have Eyes, like or like Wrong Turn, like somebody who's like living in the woods wild. You know what I mean? But like when you see the video, it's creepy, like how he just like takes off running.
Wait, there is an actual bag like in the middle of the road?
Outside, like dragging a bag at my work. No, sorry, I'm just recording in case something happens.
He's shaking.
I would be
I can't see his face.
Oh shit.
He's literally running down to the door. He's coming up to the door right now. See? Oh my fucking god. He's outside the door. He's outside the door right now. No, there's nowhere to hide in here. I'm literally, it's just this one room. The door is locked, but oh my fuck. He's like behind the building now.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Can you just get here, please? Really?
Same, bro.
scared.
Same. I would have shit my pants. Like,
Did you see the way he booked it towards the building?
Terrified. And he looks like a baby. He looks like he's like in his 20s.
Oh
Like
my God.
maybe 19, 20. He's so young. But you can like hear the terror in his voice.
For laughing.
I'm so scared. I would fucking quit. Maybe I quit.
I'm
I
done.
don't get paid enough for this
What
shit.
if that was like his first night working? That would have sucked. I would have been like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Like, no.
Yeah, so that account's called Matt Hall 36. And those are the last he doesn't post anything after that. It's just the video that he posted what happened that night, and then like the follow-up video for story time, and after that like he just does like regular content on there. But yeah, that's terrifying. And you can just hear it in his voice, like how scared he is. So it's so scary.
That's so crazy.
I feel
my
bad
God.
for him, papito. He's so scared.
Little puppy.
Little papitos.
So there's this certain account. It's called Wimmick Pics. It's WYNMCPICS. Wimmick Pics. Wimmick Pics.
Whatever.
So I have found this account a long time ago. I can't like probably like when the pandemic first hit, because that's really like when I start really watching TikTok. And so this guy does videos of his house of like he sees shadow people, his kids see shadow people, specifically like in his bathroom. There is one video that he did, and I believe this was in his, because he has a newer house now, but in his previous house, he's laying down in his bedroom, and he has the bathroom door open. So his bed's facing the bathroom door. And in the reflection of the mirror, you can see where it's just a shadow person just like runs across the bathroom. And so he gets up and he runs to the bathroom, turns on the lights, and you can see like where because they have the closets in like the master bathroom too. You can see like from the closet, like where like the hangers and stuff are moving.
Oh my
and he's laying in bed with his kid, right? And he's like, you can kind of like faintly hear voices, but it's kind of hard because the his son is like whimpering and crying because he's scared. And so he's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And he jumps back into bed. And like, so that's the very first video that I found on this guy's account. It popped up on my For You page. I saved it. And then I started following him because he had previous videos of like these shadow people they were seeing all over the house. Like there's a lot of people on there that were like, why are you evoking it? Just like get sage, get somebody to bless your house. But like he was getting popular and going viral on TikTok. So he kept recording and almost like antagonizing whatever was going on in his house, which I think is crazy because he has 2 kids and like a wife, and like it's just crazy. So that's one of the videos. One of the most recent videos that he has, it's called Don't Whisper After Sunset. So this one, he's like washing his hands in front of it. And this is the new house that they have. He's washing his hands in front of the sink. He's like, hey guys, I just wanted to introduce y'all to our new friend. Apparently he doesn't like when you whistle. There was one day I was whistling and then all the cabinets flew open. So he whistles and then the cabinet just flies open.
Oh shit.
And he's like, see, for whatever reason, he doesn't like it when you whistle. So he turns around, he's walking away, and then all the cabinet drawers and everything just opened up because he whistled one more time before he ended the video. And it's weird. I'll show y'all in a little bit. So then the next video, it's Don't Whistle After Sunset Part 2. And he wakes up from dead sleep because he says that the house smells like rotten eggs. So it's the smell that woke him up. So he's walking around the house. He checks on the kids.
You know what that means?
Yeah, he checks on the kids. The kids are like passed out. You see his wife asleep. She's asleep. And he's walking around the house and he's looking around. And then you just hear like footsteps like running like down the stairs, across the hallway. And then suddenly it's like this static, like this weird static noise that just happens. And like you can faintly hear like if something's trying to talk through the static, and then you hear like a humming sound, and he's like, nope, not gonna do that. He goes to bed, turns off the light, hops into bed, and then the hallway light flips back on. And then the video ends. It's so weird. So
fuck no.
Oh, and then this is what he does. I'm sorry, I missed this part. So in the middle of the video, he's like, well, I wonder if I whisper. Or I wonder if I whistle. He whistles.
Bitch.
So it's when he whistles when the static starts happening, and then the humming, you hear the humming sound in the video, and you hear like if something's like trying to faintly talk. But it sounds like growls. And you know what that means? This thing is demonic. Okay.
Especially with that smell too.
Yes.
Everybody knows that rotten egg smell is a demon.
So this is the most recent video that he has. This one in the caption, it has volume up, don't answer at night. Right? So he has the video and he's like, me and my wife just woke up. We woke up from a noise. Somebody keeps ringing our doorbell, knocking on our door. When we go to the door, like we can see the door. We can see the window to the door to the outside from our stairs, and there's nobody there. So as he's talking, you hear the 3 knocks and you hear the doorbell. So he gets up, he goes, look, let me show y'all. So he gets up and he points at the door, and you can see the window from the door to the outside, and there's nobody there. And so it rings again. So he goes downstairs and he opens the door.
Oh my God.
And then he goes outside and he's like, see, look, there's nobody out here. And he points the camera to his doorbell. Nobody touches the doorbell. And then you hear the doorbell ring 3 times. So then he's like, oh, nope. And he goes inside. In the video, you hear something on your right ear growl. And he turns around and you just hear another faint growl coming from like his office area. And then you hear like something running towards him. And like all of this like running throughout the house happening.
Fuck no.
So when I watched that specific video that I have, the one I just explained, is when like my phone was like glitching. Like bad. And like I was trying to like scroll through his like the rest of his feed, and like the it wouldn't let me. Like it was going so slow, and like when I clicked on the videos, it was like loading.
Yeah.
And then it was like going slow motion, because at first there's another video I was trying to watch, and it started off like very slow motion, and then it was like glitching a little bit, and I thought maybe that's how he did the video. No, that's not how he did the video. My phone just like messed up from watching that demonic shit. So now I have to go home and sage my house.
That's what y'all get.
You should always know if you hear a knock on the door and there's nobody there, don't fucking answer it.
So
like,
a lot of people in the comments are like, why did you open your door?
why?
You're never supposed to open your door. So there was this one person on there. She's like, I've been watching your videos since you first started going viral with all of your haunted stuff. She's like, and now I'm wondering if you're actually looking for it. Like, do you not realize that these things are demonic, and you have kids, and like they can go and target your kids, target your wife, target you. You're like opening up yourself and your family to this.
Yeah.
Like, this is serious stuff. Like, you need to stop. You need to protect yourself. You need to stop. He also has like some other videos of like where he's like doing sage, but like he's almost like he's making fun of like like I'm doing my sage, but like scary stuff is still happening. Where people are like, well, yeah, it's not going to work, because it's like you're not putting your full like energy into it to make things stop. It's you're wanting these things to happen to you to go more viral on TikTok. And then there's the other side where it's like, well, is it real? Are they faking it?
Yeah.
Because like in some videos, like the wife seems too chill.
So does he though.
Yeah.
He seems too relaxed.
Yeah, like that's what gets me with some videos is like, I mean, I would not be chill if that shit happened.
But
like even if I'm used to it, say like, no, I don't.
But I don't know. It's for me, it's kind of hard to tell if it's authentic haunting or not. But I know there's people out there that like instigate these things to happen because they want to see it. So it's kind of hard. Like, I don't know. You guys could check out his channel and see what y'all think. But
Yeah. I won't, but y'all can. I'm not.
You're like, I definitely won't.
Definitely not. Like, hell no.
So this next one, this account's at Mooley.0617, and I feel like this one is like Ashley's worst nightmare.
Awesome.
And it's a very short video. It's not long at all. So basically, it's this girl. She's sitting on her couch, and she has the camera pointing at her TV, and her TV's off. You see the reflection behind her, and in the reflection of the TV, you see like a humanoid figure, like this figure standing against the wall in the kitchen. So she turns her camera into that spot, and there's nothing there. And then she turns her camera back to the TV, and you see the figure standing there. And then the video ends. I went back into the account, and like there's no story time. There's like she doesn't have any other updates. Like she does like little videos here and there, but like eating ice cream and like some like scenery like videos, but like she doesn't do story time about what happened. So there's a lot of skeptics out in the comments saying like, oh, well, maybe it was the boxes that were on top of your counter. But when you look at the video, she has boxes that are on the floor, but where that figure is, it's like this figure is just like leaning against the wall, just like watching her. It's weird. It's so weird. And you can't really see where she would be able to cut like in the video.
Yeah.
So it's like all one like
Continuous,
shot.
yeah.
So let me show you. There's no
Music.
there's no music. There's not even like she doesn't even talk. She's just like showing. She points. You see the figure standing there.
What the
She
fuck?
turns around. There's nobody there. She turns back to the TV, and you see somebody standing there.
Oh, hell no.
You can clearly see, like, there's nobody in the shot. You would be able to see somebody crouching down there. And everybody was saying, maybe it's the boxes that are there, but look how tall that thing is.
There's no way that's fucking boxes.
That's like a 6
That
foot.
does not look like a box. It has a shape.
Really? It
Like
looks
a
like
human shape.
that. It looks like it's touching the ceiling almost.
Slender Man?
And it's all one like video.
Yeah. There's no cuts.
There's no cuts at all.
Yeah, I'm definitely going home with one of y'all today.
That's fine.
Until Nick gets home, because I'm not going home by myself now.
So last but not least, because I have a million more I want to talk about, but I had to like simmer it down.
Simmer down.
So speaking of humanoid figures, You're gonna be scared of this one.
Girl.
I'm excited.
My nipples got hard. Sorry.
This account is Nabeler Sophie. I think that's how you pronounce it. So basically, it's this surveillance video that this girl has. I don't know if it's, I think it's like of her house or maybe her apartment complex. I'm trying to understand. So one of the last videos that she had made of this story time, TikTok, for whatever reason, took it down because somebody reported it as nudity.
Oh,
whatever. You know how people are like...
People are so stupid.
So she had to like repost the video, and like she's talking really fast, but she also has music in the background. So you can't really, you know how like their audio is like all off. So you can't really understand what she's saying. I couldn't hear what she was saying because the music overpowered her voice.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out if this was her house or like an apartment building. Just the looks of it, it looks like maybe it could be a house, but when you look at the building next to her, maybe it could be an apartment building. I don't know. But and then I'm also kind of like, how did she get surveillance footage of this thing? Mm-hmm. So basically, she has the surveillance video picks up on like this humanoid thing crawling naked like to the building. And then there's another shot of it like running down the street. And then there's another shot of it, like, it's running so fast. Like, you know, like when dogs run really fast and they're going to cut a corner and they kind of, like, slide? Mm-hmm. So this thing's running, and you can tell it kind of, like, slides, like, slips, and then, like, runs through the alleyway.
All in 4 legs.
All in 4 legs. So people are like, oh, maybe it's somebody who's like tweaked out on like bath salt, or you know how bath salt can make people kind of crazy. Yeah. And like maybe they took off their clothes and they're like crawling all weird because I guess
like the drugs, man from Florida.
Yeah, drugs can, you know, make people kind of crazy. But I don't know, like this thing is like really long and like skinny, and it almost looks like it could be like a family member of like the Slender Man, almost.
Or like it reminds me of like a skinwalker.
Ugh. Awesome.
People are saying that maybe it's related to the Slender Man and the Rake, or maybe it's like an offspring. Maybe it's an offspring of the Slender Man and the Rake.
Oh,
they made like a baby. I don't know.
They did a thing.
So let me show you let me just show y'all the 3 clips. There's no noise in the videos, so it's like the front of the building, and you see it.
See it, Ash?
It looks like a dog, but you can tell it's a person or like some kind of humanoid thing.
You can see his ass cheeks.
What the fuck is that?
It makes me laugh.
So this next video. On this video, she's talking, but it has music, so I can't show you. But she shows all 4 sides.
Scary.
That's creepy.
Oh, I think it's the next video. Here. What does that say?
Good day. I hope everyone's okay. 2 nights ago, there was a strange creature that was running in front of my house. It came into my property and ran through my patio. One of my cameras was not working, so I couldn't see how the creature got out of my house. Thanks to God, nothing happened that I know of. Please notify... Wait, what?
So I think she posted that on like the neighborhood app.
And she said, this creature came into my property May 11th at 4:26 a.m. So this is almost 5 in the morning. And then it just says, here are some of the videos that I captured of the creature running. Gracias, por favor, blah, blah, blah. It just says, thanks, and please like notify your family members and just be careful with your surroundings. So she was just telling people to watch out.
So this is the one where you see like how fast it's running. It like cuts the corner.
Oh shit!
I know my fat ass could never. Or I know like
even if I was on drugs, like I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah, but look how fast. You see how it like skin?
You could see his butt cheeks and his backbones. Like it's something. It's human.
Fuck that shit.
There's a lot of people that were on there and they were posting like funny comments and like, oh, sorry guys, that was my cousin Slade. Like,
oh my god.
And then a lot of people were saying that it was. Have you seen that girl on TikTok where she like walks like a dog, or she walks?
Oh yeah.
They're saying that it was her, that she got drunk and she was walking around naked
on 4 legs, just running around.
Like, she was running through like neighbors' yards and stuff.
Oh my gosh! In Mexico, though, girl. No. Oh, that's not a
But
Mexican.
look how fast that is.
He like cuts the corner.
Cuts
burning
the corner
rubber.
like a dog, like an animal. Yeah.
He drifts.
There's no way. There's no way.
Tokyo drift up in here.
Tokyo drift.
Oh,
But look how it, like, look at the way it's walking. Like, you see it up close and, like, just, it looks like a creature. Like, his, like,
Ashley's face, you guys, you need to see this.
Damn it.
No thanks.
Like, the joints, like, even, like, from the back, the joints don't look human.
I don't care what anybody says. That is not a human.
Yeah, it looks human, but
I'll be
not
posting
human.
all of these videos on Facebook so you guys could see them.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us
Yes.
so you could see them.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
that
those are
shit.
all my 20 videos.
I hate. Don't let me pick topics anymore, guys. Like, don't let
Good
me.
You're not allowed.
I'm not allowed. Like,
Good job.
I scare the shit out of myself.
And there's so many more videos that, you know, you can talk about.
There's so many
tons.
videos. I was scared that we were gonna repeat them, but there's so many. There's
yeah.
like no way.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no way.
So good.
Creepy.
I hate it. Continue.
Let's go. I hate it more.
I hate it, but let's keep it going. I better not delete.
I'm sorry, like Drew's little screensaver thing, it like things are moving. So when I'm looking at you guys, I see it move and I'm like,
Oh, is
fuck.
that why you keep looking at the computer?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, are we supposed to like cut it off at a certain time?
No, because his
not
little thing is
anymore.
moving. So I'm looking this when I see it from my peripheral.
peripheral vision.
Peripheral.
I like that word. I've always
Peripheral.
liked that word.
Peripheral.
Okay. Let's see. We're going to talk about my favorite creepy accounts on TikTok that I actually follow because I am a freak like that. Anyway, the first one is Flossmate. I don't know if you've seen any videos of this account, but it's just at Flossmate. So there's a video that I saw on here and it was like, okay, so this was, I'm guessing it was in Mexico because it's about a witch and it's always about witches in Mexico for some reason. But, you know, there was this like unfinished house and it has like, I don't know how to explain it. It didn't have a roof. It's just like 3 walls that are like unfinished and they're like cinder block, but it has a cutout like for a window. So these men, they go in there and there's a doll on the floor. Around their doll, there's like, it's a circle around the doll. It's 6 candles and they're all lit, right? So they're like going in there and they're like recording. And then the guy's like, what does he say? It's so funny. He's all, ay, wait, no mames. He's all like scared yelling because he points the camera at the little like cinder block window, like the little opening. And there's a lady looking at them. And then it says at the bottom, like, do not enter the witch's house. And
Bitch.
yeah, I have it. I'm gonna show you because it's so funny, and I love the way he sounds. He's like, "No mames," and it's just so funny to me.
That would be me.
Ay, güey, no mames. Ven, acércate. No mames, güey. Ay, güey. Espérate, güey. No mames. Oh, la madre, güey.
And then he goes around, and the figure's not there anymore. Oh, yeah, I had saved it so that way you can look at it.
Ew. Oh.
I just think it's so funny how he's like, "No mames, wait, no mames." To me, that's like hilarious. But anyway, y'all need to check that account out. The same
Fuck
account has this other video, and it's like, I don't know where this is, but they found a pig man. You know, like how people squeal, like you hear squealing. So this group of guys are like in a motorcycle and they're hanging out. It's also in Spanish, but this is a different Spanish. It's not. That was Mexican, I know.
It's like motherland Spanish.
It's like other Spanish, like Salvadorian or something. I don't know how to explain it. But they're like driving down this road and then they stop because they see this figure in the middle of the road. And it's like this tall figure and it looks like it's wearing like a trench coat, but not really. It's just black. And it starts to turn around, but you could see it has like a pig head. Like it has the ears and it's kind of like pink. And then you could just see it like turning towards them. And then they just like turn the camera, like they just turn around and like keep going. So like videos like that make it seem like it's so real because it's like, how are they gonna edit that? Like, I don't know how to explain it.
And there's
like
also an urban legend about a pigman.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember when we went on that ghost tour? What's his name? He told us that he started hearing pigs squealing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing. It's a thing. Pig people. Yeah. So this other one, this one's not too scary. It's like another account. It's called Lights Are Off. At Lights Are Off, but it's like separated.
Oh my
by
God,
periods.
I follow that account.
I love it
I love
so
that account.
much. So it's at lights period R period off. So this is like not real ghosts. It's like cartoonish, like virtual reality-ish, or like it makes
It's
you
so
feel
good.
like you're stuck in the video with them. I don't know how to explain it, but my favorite video on this account, it's like a big Woody from like Toy Story, and he's like on fire or something, and he has like these weird sharp teeth, and he's like humongous. He's like a giant, and he's walking around stepping on people and like on stuff, and then on the background it's like, you got a friend, and it's just like
It's creepy.
It's creepy.
It's so good.
It's creepy, but it's so good. And then at the end, he like spots you, because it's like if it's you, he spots you, and then he steps on you.
Oh,
And that's
shit.
how like
It's
the
like
video
virtual
ends up.
reality almost.
Yeah.
Is it like one of those like point of view videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so-
VR almost.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this account has like 15 million followers. Has a lot of followers. So that from that account, that's my favorite. They also have this other one, and it's like, come play, and it's like this one little like clown, and then he takes you to a hallway, and it turns into like a bunch of little clowns, and then this huge ass clown comes out from the back. I didn't want to show you that one though, because I know you would freak the fuck out. But I love it, and it's all come play. And I was on, look at all my children. I commented
My
on that
favorite
video.
one is where like you're in the car and it's the well, it's the tunnel. It's in front of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And then like you see something coming towards you, and you back up, and you're driving away, and you look in your rearview mirror, and it like grabs your car.
Oh, fuck.
It has a lot. And there's also, what is that? They like make up their own creatures, because some creatures are like, I don't freaking know what it is. And there's one, I don't know, I don't remember. But if you're scared of all those holes, what is that called?
Oh, that trypophobia or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're scared of all these holes, not holes, but holes, don't look at that account. Or, like,
HOLES.
yes, don't look at that video, because it's like and then they have like a bunch of stuff like undersea monsters, all kinds of stuff. But
And they do put like trigger warnings, or like trigger warning, flash happening, or stuff like that.
But it's like a virtual reality account. So if you guys are into that stuff, I would totally, it's not haunted, but I would totally recommend you guys go
It's so good.
follow their page. It's really good, and I love to watch it at night and with my cat
Fuck
Voodoo.
that shit. Hell no.
But I'll show you the video after,
Do it,
because
like,
I don't know
one
if I
time.
can show it, because it has that
has
song
music.
playing. But
We'll get copyrighted. Right?
yeah. This other account that I like, it's called El Cucuy TV. El Cucuy TV. It's so good. I love it. So this one has like real videos, and like they're from all over the world. So one of my favorite videos from this account is this group of people go to a cemetery like in Mexico at night, and they're exploring, and they're recording, and then all of a sudden you see this little boy, and he runs from one side of the street, like, because in Mexico, I mean, they have little dirt roads at the cemetery, but he runs from one side of the dirt road to the other side, and you just hear people are like, "Hay un niño, like there's a kid," and so here is the video. I'm gonna put it on my forehead so y'all can see it, because I don't want to put
Like that game.
right. Flip, flip. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Mira, espérame. Ay, no mames. Sí, es un niño, güey.
You hear him yelling?
You showed me that video before,
Nope.
right?
Yeah. So you just see this little figure running across the cemetery. Like, what little boy would be at the cemetery at that time? 3 a.m, the witching hour.
Fuck that shit. Nope.
Yeah. You could see him though clear. So this is elcucuy.tv. They also have like a lot of different accounts. Like I saw one where this couple was gonna go buy a house, and they're just literally like recording like, oh, like I'm maybe gonna buy this house, whatever. And as they're like moving the phone, they catch a lady like staring at them in one of the windows, and she's just like staring at them. And they're like, nope, we're not gonna
Not
buy this
this one.
house.
Nope.
They walk out. Another video is like these kids, you know how like when you're young, you like drive around and you're just like looking for creepy shit, whatever. So they're in a car and they're going slow and the kid's like recording and he's just like recording the outside. Out of like nowhere, somebody comes out of the woods with a knife and it's like they're wearing a mask, but they're like all in black and they're like running after the car trying to stab. And so the guy's like trying to step on the gas and it's just like my heart was like, go, keep going. Like it's not like a scary, like ghost scary. It's like a fucking they're gonna kill you scary.
Oh,
like
fuck no.
Get the fuck
that
out
is
of there.
like my worst. I don't know why. Like my worst freaking fear. Like when we're driving down like a whole bunch of trees, and I'm like afraid something's gonna pop out of the fucking woods.
Yeah, and
like
just
especially
like murder
on
you.
road trips. Yes.
Oh, and then
I'm
you get
scared.
a flat. I commented on there and I put, imagine you run out of gas, and I got all these likes because I'm funny, you know. But just kidding. But imagine you're like driving slow and then you run out of gas and there's a fucking killer with a knife trying to get you.
Have a steel bat and a brick.
Like when you go to my parents' house, you have to drive down that long road at night. And I'm always like, what if I run out of gas? Oh my God, what if I run out of gas and then my phone dies? And then what am I going to do? And it's a long ass road.
And what if my tire pops? Me with my tire problems all the time. Like, you just never know. And
that's why I don't like living far out, like in the like when we lived out in the country, like that. I hated it so bad because it was so pitch black everywhere. Fucking hated it.
I remember when you lived out there, I would go and then leave super late that night. And I remember you'd be like, just spend a night, please. You're going to get
like,
murdered.
No. Like, please don't. Like, it's
I don't know how I did that. I might just
back in
be
the day,
used
you
to
don't
it
care.
because my grandparents live out in the rancho too. So.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I would never go anywhere at night unless I was with somebody. I was like, fuck that shit. Nope.
But guys, there's like a lot of haunted TikToks. Like, I didn't even know what to choose. I was like, damn, like,
because there's so many,
there's
right?
so many things to talk about, and there's so many. But if you really wanna, I guess, see these TikToks, you can go to their. We mentioned their names, so you can go to their pages and take a look.
Them
and you kind of like get addicted to it. Like you kind of just like keep, because I kept going and going and going, and I was like, oh my God, even though I was scared, I was like, put it down. I'm like, wait a minute, and I keep going, and I'm like, oh my God,
addicting.
Yeah, and now you can fast forward TikTok, so it's like, what part was this? Let me go back.
Yeah,
Let me go
that
check.
You can do that.
Yeah, and now sometimes TikToks are 3 minutes long, so it's even better.
Because I remember when you wouldn't be able to like fast forward or rewind, and if you accidentally clicked out of it, you have to go back and listen to
and watch the whole thing.
Like,
and also, it was only like a minute limit or like 15 seconds. I don't know. It was a limit.
now it's
But
like
now there
10,
isn't.
15, and no.
It's like 15, a minute, and 3 minutes or something like that.
wow.
Yeah. So you can make a whole ass video on TikTok.
Something like that.
Something. Yeah. But those are my favorite accounts. You guys go follow them. Check them out. Super fun.
I like my personal favorite ones because they don't scare me too bad is the ones about like the places, like the creepy places that they go to, and they say a little bit of like background stuff on it. I like those because you see a bunch of different ones. Because some of those I've actually seen like that we've talked about, and I'm like, hey, we've talked about this one before. I'm like, hey, look, there's that one.
You like all the history stuff, right?
I do. Yes. Because it doesn't freak me out because I'm like, hey, I'm learning something from this. I'm not seeing something.
I like to watch the ones where it's like 12 or 5 creepy facts or
I
like those too.
I like those. Dude, on one of these, I don't remember if it was the second one that I talked about or like the floss. I don't know if it was the kukui or the floss one, but this guy gets stranded like in the middle of there was like cornfield. So it was like 2 big old things of corn and something happened to his tire where he had to pull over, and he's like, in Spanish, I know this is a Mexican because let me tell you what he says. He's like, come out, right? And then you see this black figure or like this witch just like tumble out of the fucking damn, I need to show you that one. Comes out of like the corn thing and is like walking towards him all weird, and he's all, oh, that's fea, like, you're ugly. And I'm just like, dude, you're just like disrespecting this witch. She's gonna fucking kill you. And then like the video just cuts off, and I'm like, is it real? But I just was dying. He's like, oh. He tells the witch, oh, that's fair. And I was like, what the fuck? You can't even see her face. She was just like a big black shadow. But that had me laughing my ass off. I was like, damn. He has balls calling the witch fair. I would have been like, you're dead, motherfucker. Bye. Imagine me as a real like mean witch, like, bye bitch.
You.
I would talk like Bretman Rock.
I love him. He's my favorite too.
Oh my god.
So, Mandy screwed up last episode.
Yeah, you did.
I have to apologize to one of our listeners. He wrote us like back in November, but this is when like Gato had got COVID. I was on bed rest. Like,
Yeah. I was
COVID
pregnant.
like, everybody was just like sick and we were staying away and all this stuff was happening, right? So when he had wrote this in, I was like, oh my God, this would be really good for like a fairy episode or like a mystical creature episode. And I wasn't feeling good last episode because I had a huge migraine and I was all stuffy and I forgot to read his story.
Sorry.
So Miguel, I am so sorry. We
Sorry,
love
bro.
you. So I'm going to go ahead and read your story now.
You're welcome.
So Miguel wrote in and said, hey ladies, I recently started listening to your podcast. I'm super behind, but I heard I could send a story to you guys and you might share it on your podcast. So here it goes. My name is Miguel. When I was little, like in second grade, I used to live in a trailer park in Jimson, Colorado. I had many friends in the neighborhood. We would always explore our neighborhood's the trailer houses. We had this one neighbor. She was an old white woman who we thought was rather rude and grumpy. She would constantly tell us to keep quiet or play somewhere far away from where she lived. I don't remember her name, so I'll call her Miss Han. Well, Miss Han had a lot of symmetric gnomes around her house, around her garden that always seemed kind of cute to me. She also had glass spheres, like those magic orbs that fortune tellers used to predict the future or whatnot. I will admit, I stole one of these orbs one time, and I hid it under my mom's bed to keep it safe. She was furious when she knew somehow that I had done it, even though we knew for a fact that she wasn't home the day that I stole it. So he's talking about the neighbor. The neighbor knew that he stole the orb, but he's saying there's no way she would have known that I stole the orb because she wasn't home.
Oh, okay.
Not the mom. Because when I first read it, I thought he was talking about the mom. He's talking about the neighbor. That somehow she knew that specifically he was the one that specifically stole the orb, right? So he goes, my friends tried to defend me, but she wouldn't listen to them. Of course, I cried. Though I never returned the orb, skip a few months later, we noticed all of our stuff had disappeared one day, including her stuff had disappeared one day, including her orbs and her gnomes. I don't remember exactly what happened to her, whether she died or moved away, but my friends told me she would not live there anymore. So we decided to check her small garage/cottage thing that she had next to the trailer house. So every trailer house had one of these small little sheds. Anyways, though it had a lock on it, the door wasn't closed all the way. So we peeked inside. First thing we noticed was video games along the side shelves. There was some 40 CD games, a GameCube, and some stuff for a PlayStation. My friend started taking some, and so did I, until I remembered I didn't have any gaming console to play them on. Well, I was the first to notice that Miss Han had left behind her garden gnomes. They were all scattered on the floor near the corner of the shed. Before I could pick one up, one of my friends started screaming. So some of us started screaming because we didn't know what they were screaming about, but we all freaked out and we all screamed. And like she was pointing at the gnomes in the dark corner. Well, some of my friends left in a hurry, and I studied the gnomes to find out why my friend was so scared of them. I noticed that all the gnomes were missing their left eye. Each one had a broken hole through the left eye, where the left eye should be. One of my friends pointed out that someone had pulled out the piece of the ceramic of the gnome's head and not pushed it in since they were hollow. Like it broke off. It wasn't like pushed in. So they shook them and like nothing fell out of them. It definitely made me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't think too much about it. Months go by and I'm watching TV in my mom's room while she's sleeping. Suddenly my mom jumps and says, "Ow." I asked her if she's fine and what happened. And she says that she cut her finger cleaning the top of her shelf where the picture frames were on. She grabs the sharp object that cut her and asks me if it's one of my toys. I inspect it, and the object is the left eye from the gnomes.
What the heck?
My mom and I could not figure out how it got in my mom's room, so we dropped the strange finding. Days later, my best friends come over and tell me that his sister found another gnome eye in my friend's room, just like mine. His sister lets me know that her brother's window had actually been bothering her, and she felt that someone was watching her all the time from his door. So basically, everybody found an eye in their houses.
Oh. And then they felt like they were being watched.
Mm-hmm.
No, hombre, shut up.
Yeah.
That's scary.
So he said that his sister let him know that she felt uncomfortable in the room. She also pointed out that the ceramic eyepiece was actually positioned upright in a way that the eye was staring into my friend's room. That reminded me that my mom had actually started closing the curtains in her room one day, and also mentioned she felt like somebody was watching her. A few days later, we visited our friend's house to investigate if they also had found the same piece of gnome eye. Some had found them a long time ago. Others were actually found that day that we were looking for them. We collected 6 in total. We told my best friend's mom what we had found, and she lost it. She seemed furious but terrified at the same time, telling us, or should I say more like ordering us, that we needed to throw the eyes in the river that was next to the trailer park. We did so. Back then, I wasn't too smart about ghosts, the paranormal, or witchcraft, so I definitely really didn't understand what all that meant until one day it finally clicked. Somehow Miss Han must have gone into our houses and planted the gnome eyes in one of the rooms, making sure that they were positioned right so that she'd be standing straight facing into the room, almost like a small spy from the camera staring at us. So it's almost like the gnome eyes were like her spies.
Yeah.
So that way they wouldn't go and take anything from our house again or something.
Right.
Oh.
Smart lady.
So then he's like, was she was watching us for months. Was she a witch, I thought? What were her intentions? Why was she spying on us? What was this, some kind of witchcraft? And he says, and then it clicked again. That's how she knew that I was the one that stole her orb. Mm-hmm. I was the only one. It was the only way she could have known. I thought for a moment I went to go check. In that moment, I went to go check under my mom's bed, and I couldn't find the small crystal ball anywhere. And he said, when I asked my mom, she had no idea what I was talking about. She had gotten mad at me for even hiding stuff under her bed. Had she taken it back? Did she sneak into my house and get it? Did the gnomes get it? I don't know. I never found out what happened to Miss Han or what were the consequences of us finding the gnome eyes. This was actually a memory that I had recently remembered because I actually thought I had dreamt of this, or more likely made this up in my head. Even now, I don't know if it all went down as I remember, but this is the only scary thing that has ever happened to me. Love you guys. P.S. I call this story The Gnomes. LOL, so original.
Miguel.
Thanks, Miguel.
Oh my gosh. That's creepy. That's why I don't talk to my neighbors or like do anything because you never know like what your neighbors are.
I wrote him back and I was like, oh my God, I definitely think she was the witch. And I'm pretty sure she was like watching you guys. I'm so happy like you're okay, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, he did say that ever since he felt that, ever since he found that the eye was in his mom's room, like he like always feels like something's watching him. Well, and also he did write us in November, and I was like messaging him back and forth, and he listened to the episode where we were talking about the amusement parks. And he wrote, "Hey girls, y'all could not have picked the worst time to post the episode Ride or Die about these deaths and roller coasters. I'm literally going to Kings Island in a few days, and now I'm terrified. I don't know if I should see this as a sign not to go or if this is just chilling coincidence.
Oh, I saw
just
that
letting
message.
You guys know I'll be thinking about about your podcast as I get on the rides. Pray for me. I'm glad the podcast is up and running. And he sent this gift.
He was like, oh my God.
Roller coaster.
So then he wrote back. So I told him, like, you know, I'm so sorry. We love you. Like, be careful, blah, blah. So then he ends up writing back, hey, y'all, I died. JK, I survived. I had a lot of fun. No decapitations or anything. Maybe he said maybe a small street fight, but it's all good. Hope you girls are doing okay.
I'm glad you're okay, Miguel.
Yeah, we're glad you're okay.
He's so sweet.
Did we just become friends?
Did we just become best friends?
Yup. Oh my God.
Super
That's
sweet.
great. See,
Thank
that's
you,
like
Miguel.
that story is like two things that I don't like, or two or three things that I don't like. It's like, one, your neighbors, two, gnomes, and three, it's like finding shit like witchy in your house. And it's like, what if she like put the little eyes and she's all, these motherfucking kids, I'm gonna put these things in here.
These damn kids stealing my orbs. I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna get them.
Miguel, I hope you don't be taking stuff from your neighbors now.
But it's so crazy, right? How he was like, I don't know if I made it up in my head. I don't know if it's something that I dreamt, because he was so little. But I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of details in
That
there.
is like, I think it was real.
And for it to happen like months later, and like,
Yeah.
can you imagine, like, you find like a piece of glass in your house and you're like, what the hell is this? You throw it away and then you find out it's an eyeball from the gnome.
You're like, oh
in
shit.
the old lady's house.
Dang, that's super strange.
No thanks.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
We've been getting quite a few stories, so thank you
Sin,
guys.
we have Sin wrote us in.
Thank you, Sin. Your story, first of all.
He's our okay, guys. Sin is our OG. Okay,
He's our OG.
like
Yeah, like
From
one
day
episode
one.
in.
from day one, shitty audio. He was there listening to us.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. When I tell people about the podcast, I'm like, please listen to like 6 and up. Please. And they're like, why? Why? And I'm
What
like,
type of stuff
me.
that? I'm like,
Just trust
crispy
me.
pasta and up. Just start
crispy pasta.
Trust me.
You don't know why it's called crispy. Anyway, so this says what happened the other night. Okay, so the other night I was just minding my business in bed asleep. I don't know how, but in my sleep I felt someone in the room with me, like almost looking at me. I woke up out of nowhere. For some reason, I needed to fix myself to face the wall. Once I did, I was getting ready. Sin, you spelled getting wrong. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. I was getting ready to sleep when I heard, hey, and like a normal one, almost like if I knew who it was. They were calling me. I opened my eyes to turn around to answer and see who it was. Right as I turned, it hit me. It was around 4 a.m. Who the hell is going to be in my room trying to talk to me? Girls, when I tell y'all, I thought that I swear I had a mini panic attack. I could not go back to sleep. So the next night, it says, what happened the next night just has me like confused. I was dead asleep, woke up to a whistle, like one of those Mexican whistles where they call you to get attention. The one that's like, hey, I can't whistle. I don't know why, but it triggered me to turn around and punch my nightstand as fast as I could. Girl, it hurt me so much that I woke up, jumped out of bed, and ran to the living room. Check out who was there. No one was home.
So I had messaged him on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, I just read your stories, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, what if you were astral projecting and maybe your guardian angel or somebody was like, hey, trying to bring you back
to stop you from doing
Right.
doing something.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
dun, dun.
And he was like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. But it happens. Like like some people who can astral project don't know that they're astral projecting, and they have experiences like that, or like their guardian angels trying to stop them from like
From doing that.
leaving.
I'm gonna go with that.
Especially if you sleep face up. I think it happens more.
really.
Yeah, because I've had like where
I always sleep sideways, or I always sleep face down, ass up. I'm just gonna say it. That's how I sleep.
I try to sleep like sideways, but I always end up like on my back. And
Same.
No, I always sleep face down, ass up, pillow over my head. So bad.
Face down, ass up, pillow over my head.
That's how I like it. To sleep.
Wow. That like sin, like you always have a lot of stuff happen to you. Like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Thanks, Sin.
Thank you for sending
Yes,
your
thank
stories.
you.
We also
Thank
have
you,
more
Miguel.
stories,
Thank
but
you,
we'll
Sin.
save those
Yes,
for another
we
day.
do have somebody that messaged us a huge long story that we're
Yes.
probably going to have to. What is it called again?
I love her.
Synopsis.
Synopsis it.
It's huge.
Synopsis.
We could probably read it word for word because it's really good.
Yeah.
But it's
We can
long.
probably finally do like a listener episode.
We should try a listener
I
episode.
think we
So
have
you guys,
enough to do a listener.
you're
episode.
listening to this episode right now. Send us your stories,
Yes.
and then we might do one
ask y'all
soon.
every single episode to send us stories.
Yeah.
Send us
what
your
do we gotta
stories.
do? Do witchcraft on you? I will.
Put some eyeballs in your house.
I'm watching you
watching you.
in your restrooms. Nah, just
In
kidding.
your
even
In the
if
shower.
it's- I'm very big on like if you're a writer and if you can write like in horror, like a mini horror story, you want to send that in, send it in.
Yeah.
Like we'll read those too, like whatever kind of horror you
want
want
to make
send.
some shit up, girl? Send it.
And
We'll read it.
You know what, guys? It doesn't even have to be paranormal. It can be scary, not scary. Like it can be if you had, like me, had a peeping tom through your window.
Yeah.
You know, or you're working overnight and you see a guy dragging a body bag over the road and he chases after you. He's trying to kill you.
Yeah,
Anything, we'll read it.
we'll read
We
it.
love listening.
We don't
Or we
judge.
love reading your stories.
Yes, we do.
And even if you put the warning, don't read, she'll still read it.
I'm
She'll
still gonna read it.
She'll actually read those first.
Yeah. I'll shit my pants, but I'll still read it. So just in case.
But yes, you can send your stories to us at scarynotScarypodcast@gmail.com. You can visit our website, scarynotScarypodcast.com. You can also follow us on all of the social medias, and you can message us on social media. We get a lot of stories like on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook. We have a Twitter too. Our TikTok account. I think unless we're following you back, you can message us.
Yeah.
TikTok's weird.
Yeah.
I would suggest email, Instagram, or Facebook. Those are like the main platforms where like we get a lot of stories. So you can message us on there. And make sure you rate and review us on iTunes. Follow us on Spotify. Download Podbean. We might have a live show coming up.
Yay.
Just saying. And what else?
And we have our Patreon back up.
Yay!
We're going to start posting some things on there for you guys. So if you want to, be a Patreon, you can go ahead and do that.
It's going to be one tier.
Yeah.
For one price. And if you go on the Patreon, you can get like
behind the scenes stuff.
footage.
I think we did we can do a Q&A. We'll send you guys some things. I think we have like a sticker thing or something on there. Like it's a whole bunch of like behind the scenes things and like extra bonus. What is it called?
content.
Extra bonus content that you guys
nudity.
can see. Yeah, no nudity.
Yeah, it's published. It's out there. And yes, we double checked to make sure that we weren't under nudity. So we activated our Patreon again. So you can go and check it out, become a Patreon donor, and you'll get all the inside scoop to Scary Not Scary podcast.
All the inside scoop.
And we put a webcam in Gatto's room too, so you can watch her as well.
You
So you can watch her sleep face down, ass up.
Just kidding. That would be
an extra
that would be
$5.
That's $20.
No, I'm not that expensive. I'm just kidding. Sad. I'm joking.
But yes, I think that's it, guys. We'll have more details for y'all later.
Yeah.
But until then, remember to always
Stay safe.